Hello everyone, my name is Mythrell and welcome to Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. So this is a game from the 1998, I think, and I played it back then. And I actually bought the Enhanced Edition some time ago. They have been around for many years already, but I never actually finished any of them. And now there's the new, or somewhat new, I think it came out last year, or actually year before that. Anyway, there's a new DLC for the original Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, and I haven't played that at all, so I felt like this would be a nice time to kind of start the game all over again. This is actually the Trilogy version, which is actually a huge mod, which kind of combines all Baldur's Gate 1, 2, Throne of Baal, and the new Shadow of Dragon Siege of Dragonspear, right? DLC into one universe where you can actually move from one map to another if you want to, and all the characters actually move from one game to other, whereas in the original non-Trilogy mod version, the characters actually are kind of remade in the beginning of each mod and each DLC and each game. So I feel like that's something I wanna see how it works. I haven't tried this mod earlier, and of course there's a lot of other smaller mods as well. So let's actually get into it before I talk too much about nonsense. We are gonna be male. I've made a couple characters beforehand, but I think I will go with with a gnome. I haven't really played gnomes that much, or actually, well, I think I have a couple trial games where I tested it out. And actually, Cleric Illusionist sounds like a fun class too. Basically, it's gonna be a Cleric Mage multi-class, which means that I'm gonna be leveling two classes at the same time, because this is AD&D 2nd edition rules game. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of spells, but we're gonna need some fighter help. We're gonna be chaotic good. The alignment doesn't really matter that much, but there are certain things it actually affects. And I'm gonna be playing good guy anyway, because that's how I like to play these games. So chaotic good kind of allows you to be a little bit Robin Hood, so to say. And then we're gonna roll for a lot of abilities. So the total roll is now 76, and I'm gonna game the system a little bit to get something higher. 84 is nice. Let's see if we can get more. These are basically all from the dice rolls, so yeah, the rerolling is kind of something new. Just basically everyone does at this sort of creation, because you don't want to start the game with a character that is very bad. Although that might be interesting. I think 86 is kind of the highest. Oh, I just missed 87. Clicking too fast is not actually good. I think the maximum is something like 96, but we're not gonna... 88, that's it. We're done. Basically, all of this has a minimum and a maximum value, depending on your class and your race. For the gnome, mage slash cleric, or yeah, mage, we actually want high intelligence and high wisdom, because these actually directly affect how many spells you can learn and stuff like that. Each of these values has a lot of things they affect. So of course you want everything high if you are really gonna go into it. I guess we will be a low charisma because we're known. I do want some constitution. Constitution is the hit points basically. Maybe just go 16. Low strength, low charisma, or I guess mediocre. Then it's kinda... I think it's kinda mediocre, yeah. I would say it's a bit low though. Maybe 12 is the mediocre number. But this looks good. We have intelligence 19, and there's some funny things like this. Character with an intelligence score of 8 or less is illiterate and cannot use scrolls or most wands regardless of his class. So they cannot read. And of course, if you really wanna do some crazy stuff, you can just make your intelligence low and be a mage. That's probably fun, I don't know. It's definitely not something I'm gonna try though. So I'll try to be somewhat serious. Do a somewhat serious run because that's how I play, I suppose. Slings are excellent for mages. They just stay on the back lines and throw rocks. Which suits my style well enough. Guess I will need some kind of melee weapon just in case. I don't want two-handed weapon. Because one of the benefits of having a cleric as a multi-class with mage is that you can actually use some cleric only armor stuff, like shields. You can actually use small shields with sling if you are a cleric multi-class. Mages cannot use any kind of shields, so that's a little bit of an advantage, I would say. Let's take Warhammer. It's our selected melee weapon, sure, why not? I don't want to spend too much time in the character creation. Basically, if you don't know EET 2nd edition rules, it's a lot to explain anyway, so you might, if you really care, check out some other sources. So then we are gonna select three spells we know already, which are in our spell book when we start the game. And one of them have to be one of these green skills, because that is my class. So I think Spook is nice. It makes one of the enemies to run away in. Well, scared, I suppose. So, in terror, I suppose, yeah. So, it's only a single person spell, so it's not that powerful. Identify is nice because you need that for all the magic items you find around. What else? Magic Missile is not that great in the first levels, and we are really gonna start from the first level. That's one of the beauties of the original Baldur's Gate game. There's very rare games where you EET rule set where you have to go through the struggle, I suppose. Well, I guess there were plenty back in the days. Nowadays we don't actually even see the whole rule set, which is a shame if you ask for me. I've been talking way too much about the rule set. Chromatic Orb. This is kinda interesting spell because it changes each level. First level you get 1d4, which is, I guess everyone knows this, but it's one dice of 4 sides. So basically you can count 1 to 4 damage, something in between of that. And blinds the target for 1 round. In second level it actually changes damage the same, but instead of blinding you get inflicts pain, which gives victim some penalties. Then you get burning and all kind of crazy stuff. And there's actually 12th level, it's 2 8-sided dice, so what's that? 8 to 16, I believe. Acid damage and instantly kills the victim, so there's a chance if they don't succeed with this save throw. I guess they get a +6 bonus on the saves. So, yeah. I guess it's not that great, but I'm gonna take it regardless. Or maybe I should just grab something useful like color spray. Yeah, color spray is great. It basically can make a lot of enemies stunned or sleeping, I believe. All creatures in the area of effect are entitled to force saving throw versus spell to avoid the effects. Blind enemies are not affected because this is a visual spell, I suppose. So this actually, the enemies need to be lower level than me to be really effective, I suppose. It's sometimes it's a good spell. I'm gonna stick with that. Or I could find familiar. Yeah, let's take that. Basically, this allows us to cast on a pet, and there's a huge warning here that also when familiar dies, the caster loses 1 point of constitution permanently. But we can circumvent that with well, I will show it in the game. I think those are our spells. Oh, sleep is good though. Okay, we don't need to identify right away. I'm gonna take the sleep. You're gonna remember find familiar and sleep. Because of the high intelligence, we actually get to learn 2 spells right away. So that's a benefit of having really high intelligence. Except that I need to memorize this green spell because it's my class spell, and you need to have one of those to have a valid character, I suppose. So we're gonna have some healing spells from the cleric class. I guess bless is nice. Let's go with that. Why not? Why not be blue? Now we need some.
Let's give them a right thrashing.
Well, a little bit.
I am the obvious choice.
A little bit. Well, a little bit fancy voice back, but or voice. But let's go with that. And we will be Mythrell, as always. So yeah, I think we are a pretty solid character overall. You could actually create a whole party of 6 guys maximum. But I like the NPCs, and the difficulty will be core rules, which means as close as paper and pen you can get. But yeah, I suppose. So there's things like friendly fire, party members can permanently die, and spells aren't guaranteed to be copied on the spell books and so on. I think it's the fair choice. I don't want to be doing or I want to avoid as much onto this harder difficulties. This is very difficult early on.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of Farron. It is an imposing fortress, kept in strict isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home. Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere walls, under the tutelage of the sage Gorion. Acting as your father, he has raised you on 1,000 tales of heroes and monsters, lovers and infidels, battles and tragedies. However, one story was always left untold, that of your true heritage. You have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today, Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day, imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel. He has handed you what gold he can spare, but given no clue as to why. Nevertheless, you now stand before the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
So yeah, it's yet another unexpected journey. So we will listen to all this dialogue which is voiced, but I will be skipping a lot of dialogue you need to read, because I've been through it so many times, and I really don't think I actually have a nice voice to read all of them. I'm not the audiobook guy.
It shall be as you wish.
So yeah. So basically we need to buy some equipment and do some stuff in the prologue, and I'm gonna go through this pretty fast because, well, we've been here many times. You can actually try to force the locks, but since we have very low strength, I don't expect it to actually work that many times. And since we are chaotic good, we are gonna actually take everything we can with us.
No time to chit-chat.
Yeah, these guys are some snobs. They don't like it around here, so... I guess we will pick up a quest to find a
It's
scroll.
hard to find decent folk nowadays.
From Firebeard? Beard? I don't know. This is actually mod added quest. Basically, her husband has lost her arm because she how do you say it? She, well, cut it off, right, yeah. You chop the arm off, yeah, that's the correct way to say it. I've seen that quite many times as well, so I'm gonna skip a lot of that. It's a very romantic quest.
You have but to ask.
Maybe not my style right now. Oh, we actually managed to break over that. So yeah, this is the most common area. There's some nice stuff here if you can break it, but not with my guy.
Don't touch me! I might catch something.
Just wondering who is sharing the inn with me, and he got a little bit pissed off. I'm Christian of Waterdeep. Doesn't really tell me anything.
Away with you, beggar!
Quincy doesn't wanna talk either, so we're gonna leave them around. I'm alone. I'm not gonna
I shall attend to it in a trice.
start randomly annoy people. I could buy some weapons from the shopkeep.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
So Winthrop is a funny guy and he is asking for a 10,000 gold piece book entrance fee. And we are gonna tell him that he's a big kidder. Gets funnier nearly every time I hear it. Well, perhaps not quite so often. Yeah, let's sell the junk. We don't need this. We are. Did I take flail? Can I even use flails? What did I pick? I'm feeling I made a horrible mistake. Oh, I took a warhammer. Okay. Okay, so. Oh, you could actually have throwing hammer because of the... I think this is a mod added. That's interesting choice. I think I will stick with the sling though. He doesn't actually sell a warhammer. Oh, he does. You know what? I think I will actually find one very, very soon, if I remember correctly, so... I'm gonna buy ammo, I'm gonna buy the sling. Let's take one spare stack. I guess I could go for the small shield right away. Just buy it. We can use helmet because we are clerics, so... the mages cannot use. And this I need for one quest. I just know it. Guess I should put this on. I cannot actually use the shield right now because I have a 200 weapon equipped. As you can see, you can actually use it. Use it with the sling. Sorry, I have to cough there. This is kind of weird bug because the game actually has now stacks of 80 on bullets and arrows and stuff like that, and the mod actually changed it to 120, so sometimes you manage to stack them even more. It's a bug, but I just have to live with it. Basically, we will have just more ammo.
It shall be as you wish.
Is actually required.
You have but to ask.
The original game had stacks of 20 back in the 90s. And that was really too low. So I'm actually happy that they increased it. Of course the mod actually increases it even more, so I'm even happier with that. They took so much space in the inventory that you really don't have any space for anything else.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
And this guy is actually here to kill me. I don't know if he will actually be able to hit him. Oh, I need to use the familiar spell as well. Completely forgot about that. Okay, the most exciting 1 versus 1. Maybe I should use the sling. I think he will get a bonus to hit if I use... Well, maybe not in Baldur's Gate. If I use a ranged weapon in close combat. Well, we finally hit him and one shot at him. Control locket chest. It's a random chance, so sometimes repeating it actually works. But not this time. So here's a warhammer. I remembered correctly. And now we can get their shield. I cannot use the bigger shields because I don't have enough strength. I believe it's 12 strength for the next shield size.
It shall be as you wish.
What is my taco? Taco is basically how well you can hit something. So the quarter stuff was 23 and now I have 20. Basically it means to hit armor class 0, and because this is a very old AD&D rule set game, the armor class actually goes down. So if I had 0, I had to roll a 20-sided dice and get 20 to hit, which I believe is also a critical hit. Oh, he wants to talk to me. He really doesn't have anything.
What do you need?
I'm just gonna pretty much go through these basic quests as fast as possible. We're gonna bring the book to Pludia or something, and she lost it once again in the hay bale there. And she gave us a game which we can sell. And now we will get a quest for poor Nessie the cow here, who is sick, so we'll need to find medicine for her. Oh, this is some kind of battle test. Basically told us that we can pause the fight anytime with spacebar, which is one of the neatest creatures, or neatest features of this game back in the day. I think this was actually one of the first possible real-time games.
Why Moradin's hammer?
So Reaver wants us to get rid of some rats in his warehouse, and we are more than happy to do that. I have automatic pausing on, so whenever I see a enemy, I will the game will pause, and same goes with traps. Those are two good things to set the auto pause for. I'm not actually sure. Yeah, the rats don't even seem to be attacking me, so this is
Let's give them a right thrashing.
pretty exciting. And the cats are doing nothing.
You have but to ask.
This is a very handy feature which came in a few patches back. You get to actually highlight everything. So yeah, one of the reasons I want to do this series is because they're actually doing Neverwinter Nights Remastered, which is the next game series, so I want to play that. As I never actually finished any of the Neverwinter Nights games. So I will probably do those. This Baldur's Gate 1 won't be that exciting, I feel like, because I've been through it so many times. Right, the one quest from the lady is actually here.
Are very
I don't have that time. Another tutorial mission.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
These walls contain the world's
He wants
knowledge.
to give me a potion, and I'm happy with that. It's actually a potion of healing, so I should put it in the quick slot. Yeah.
Yes?
So this is the guy whose arm is chopped off. And I have to just convince that maybe her girlfriend or fiance is gonna be a fighter, adventurer, whatever. And here we go, and that actually gave us reputation increase. That's nice. Who's this guy? Reader.
Excuse me, but I'm late for my classes.
That table is locked, so that's why.
It shall be as you wish.
I'm not gonna steal anything in right front of people. Unless they put money in the barrels, of course. Really? Strange. Oh, but chest, they did.
You have but to ask.
Have a blade with your name on it.
So, another assassin sent after me. Oh, he actually used a poison weapon. Didn't really help him, but least it's interesting.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Something on your mind?
Karen is worried that there was shouting, and we tell him that could be actually she. Anyway, we tell Karen that we killed a guy
It shall
there.
be as you wish.
Who knows about the Holstings, or we're gonna pick his sword and the medicine for the cow, and actually he's the one we will grab the arrows for, or the bolts I bought earlier.
You have but to ask.
I'm actually gonna go through the castle because there's one quest there as well. Oh, Linda wants to talk to me.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
So Linda is basically happy that she will be a square. Something new, I suppose. I guess since her husband is now one-armed, it makes sense that she will be the knight, I guess. Oh, Imoen.
Hey, it's me,
Imoen is our childhood friend, or best friend, actually. So unfortunately, I cannot talk to her right now because we need to go, or I need to go with Gorion, my stepfather.
Greetings.
Mythrell has the spell scroll I need. I think it's a it's scroll of identify. I could use it myself, but I'm actually gonna return it to the quest guy. And that should be everything in Candlekeep.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
If you're ever wondering how to get the achievement for completing. Nice. Another health potion. Yeah, we're gonna sell a lot of junk here. You could actually steal stuff if you were a rogue, I believe, so... Oh, we forgot to give the Hull's longsword. Never mind, it's not finished yet, and the antidote. Well, shit. We need to go back. It's okay, we were gonna go into that direction anyway. But I spoke way too early.
It shall be as you wish.
I don't think I will be using armor. Basically, I could use armor whenever I don't use mage spells, because using armor only disables my mage spells. But I don't know, it's an interesting idea though. Maybe I should, because we are really starting from the beginning of the game and we only can have 2 spells. Anyway, and that reminded me I need to create my familiar. The thing about the familiars is that they give me half of their hit points. So now I have 14. That will keep me alive.
You have but to ask.
What are you? Fairy dragon, okay. So I can actually talk to it. And play with it, apparently. You're very kind to me, my lord. It purrs. How are you? Everything okay? The dragon flicks its tail with pleasure and gazes up at you with colorful eyes. So long as you are well, my lord, then I am well. I do like traveling with you very much, my lord. Do you have an apple? I could roast the apple a little and then eat it down. Apples are good. Hey, I'm not arguing. And not the reason why I wanted to talk with you, though. I want to pick you up and put you in my pack where it's safer. So that means he will actually occupy one of my inventory slots for pretty much the rest of the game, but he actually cannot die. So the hit points are pretty much... Or we won't lose the constitution is the main point. when the familiar dies, so I don't want to micromanage the familiar. You could probably just kind of run it out of battles and stuff like that if you really went into it. Let's give Hull his sword. Nice. And we are ready to go. The game will really begin very, very soon, so here we go.
Oh, my child, I am glad I have found you.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Listen carefully. If we ever become separated, it is imperative that you make your way to the Friendly Arm Inn. There you will meet Khalid and Jahira. They have long been my friends, and you can trust them.
Yes, I will love to have a Jahira and Khalid.
Let's hurry, child. The night can only get worse, so we must find shelter soon. Don't worry. I'll explain everything as soon as there is time. Wait, there is something wrong. We are in an ambush. Prepare yourself.
You're perceptive for an old man. You know why I'm here. Hand over your ward and no one will be hurt. If you resist, it shall be a waste of your life.
These are the very iconic skins from my young life, so I do remember these very fondly.
You're a fool if you believe I would trust your benevolence. Step aside and you and your lackeys will be unhurt.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, old man.
It turns out that Corian is a secret badass.
Run, child. Get out of here.
Some of those lightning bolts and a fireball, of course. But alas, he couldn't win the fight.
The dawn is especially cruel this morning. You awake with the realization that you have not been living some horrible dream. Ambushed, you saw Gorion cut down before your eyes, and even his powerful magic could not stop the onslaught. It was his wish that you flee, but that does not remove the feeling of helplessness that now overwhelms you. Hand over your ward, the armored fiend had said. He was after you and you alone, but why? If only Gorion had given some clue. But now you are alone and lost. Candlekeep is near, but you will find no quarter there. The readers pay for their serenity with rather draconian entry rules, and without Gorion's influence, their doors will remain closed. You will not last long on your own with your meager equipment. Perhaps you can get some help from the friends Gorion mentioned, the ones at the Friendly Arm.
And yeah, we will go there.
Hey, it's me, Imoen.
Oh, and what a surprise! Imoen actually followed us. So our best friend is united with us. And she apparently knows more than we do. And yeah, Imoen is a full-blown thief, neutral good, of course, so a bit closer to the Robin Hood, I believe, than we are. But her charisma is actually quite high, so I'm gonna make her the leader of this group, and to do that you just track her at the first position.
This way.
So we're gonna have two ranged characters. I'm gonna grab all the healing potions I can. I'll give these to Iman. At least we have all those hit points, which should make our life so much easier. And then, okay, here's the guy. So Colset will actually hint us that. Oh, these are actually mod added discussions, so there's a lot more talk with Imoen. I'm gonna ask Colset for help, and he's talking about the carnage in the north. And mentions that there Or is it good? It's good to have some party members to help you. And lo and behold, we will run into two very mysterious people.
Montaron, you are so aggravating! She's disturbing to my demeanor!
So Xar and Montaron as, well, they are pretty much evil characters, but we're gonna borrow their help for a while. So I'd be grateful for any assistance. Nothing to fear from these simple potions, and I will not even hold you in debt, though your conscience knows otherwise. Just like all good people. And of course he's already gonna ask for a favor. So as a payment he's actually asking us to travel with them to Nashkala, which is a region in the south. But I'm gonna ask if they will join us, but wait so I can actually meet Khalid and Jaheira. And
I'm gone.
now we have 4 guys. So when you look at this, Montaron is actually neutral evil, and Xar is chaotic evil, and as you can see from the picture, he's quite mad. That being said, right, he's actually opposite mage school from mine, so I cannot learn these spells, but he can. Okay, so he has 3 spells. They don't really have that much equipment. But I think, yeah, I guess Montaron really has best armor class out of our guys. He has the 2, so. We're gonna come up with a formation where Montaron is in the front line. Yeah, that's true. And now that we actually have 4 guys, we can explore this region. Otherwise it's a little bit scary because there are some crazy wolves and stuff out there. Okay, he cannot stay and talk. There are other caravans being raided. So bandits are a real problem in the game world, if not in the real world. I guess they're a problem in all the worlds, I suppose. I'm gonna just quickly go through all the regions, and I should check the map. So the map is quite gigantic because it combines it's pretty much the map of whole. I believe it's called Faerun. This is a continent from Forgotten Realms world. So it's a huge ass map. I don't know if we actually get to travel that much. I'm fairly certain that we only visit like small areas of the map, and mostly in the Sword Coast. This is where the Baldur's Gate 1 game happens, between the huge city of Baldur's Gate and Nashkala, the Amnish border region. But of course there are the other games. I believe Baldur's Gate 2 happens in Athkatla or something like that, and you actually travel a lot around the world. So yeah, the map is huge, and that's because of the Trilogy mod. And anyone wants to talk to me about Gorian's Dead? I really like Imoen, so I think I will stick with him, with her. And the reason I'm clicking these map borders is that we get unlock the next map in that direction every time we do that. So now we can actually go to the coastway
I've done had
from
enough of this.
any edge of any map edge. This is not a good idea at all.
I'm gone.
I need to find a ranged weapon for our mage here, because at level 1 he's pretty much useless. Oh, I should also use this. Maybe I should actually... I could give him my sling, huh? Because really 4 hit points is just too little. I have 14 hit points, so I can melee a little bit. Or be a little bit safer when meleeing. Let's see what all we find here. I really should actually have the armor on me. I think I will buy armor when we find the next shop. So these are actually the cliffs. So yeah, not much happening here, of course. It's the first region, so it's fairly easy. It's one of those games where you can walk into a region and just get instantly killed because you walk into a wrong region in a wrong time. So, all right, the Koreans' death place, I suppose. So let's actually pick stuff up. One could certainly use that. Leather armor. I'm gonna pick everything up anyway, so... We don't have the identify spell ready to go. That's a bit shame. But at least we got the leather armor for Imoen, so... She's slightly better off. Oh, and I didn't probably go through the Mondaron's classes. He's a multi-class fighter thief. Okay stats, so we're gonna use these guys for a little time. And yes, that is Korean. And it was too dark to see much, but it was a huge guy with glowing eyes. Yeah, I don't like this either, but what you gonna do? No one really wants to hang with me, and I'm fine with it.
I've done had enough of this.
The rules don't actually always aggro. I think that's because of one of the mods. Bears do that in vanilla game as well, so it makes sense. These gibberlings are really not a threat right now. I'm just gonna go through most of the area. Or I probably will go through all the area because well, OCD, I suppose.
I'm gone.
And that's my fault. I'm sorry. So I forgot to put it on silent mode. If you heard a calendar notice. Yeah, not much going on here. That leads to nowhere. Generally, I prefer to have as big of a party as you can have in this game. I know you can pretty much do the game with only one character, because you actually gain a more experience or faster levels. The experience amount is same, but normally you split it between each of your guys. But when going with only one guy, you actually get so much faster levels that you are actually able to play the game with just one guy. But I actually like having guys around. Oh, this is the Suicider, right?
Don't touch me!
Yeah, he was about to jump, but wasn't about to jump anyway. What a tool. Well, we are not being nice apparently. Funnily enough, the line, "Heh, what a queer fellow," is common voice line for Imoen in the vanilla game. I think because of all the mods in this game, she is being replaced by the Baldur's Gate 2 voice lines though, so don't hear that.
I care back home. Puff Guts would always tell me a story.
Yeah, it's all about Puff Guts in this. In this voice version. Maybe I remember it wrong. I thought there was something worthwhile exploring here. Oh, never mind. I actually now see it. I must have walked right past through that hole in the tree. We actually get a diamond from there, so...
Yep, what you want?
Whoa, and Winthrop used to tell me that diamonds don't grow on trees. Sir, in Candlekeep they don't. It's pretty incredible, but here you go. Diamond trees. Okay, we're actually gonna continue to the coastway. We are heading towards the friendly arm in here, so...
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
Really didn't expect this, so we have a lot of gibberlings to deal with. I'm actually gonna try to split my guys.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
I care not.
And the rivers
They will be going for the
Had enough of this.
mages and other guys.
Your boy could do no better.
I am gone.
Sometimes the running is just your only option.
My spleen! Alas, my life's
that
blood
was nice to
seeps
hear.
out.
This way.
Yeah, I shouldn't use my guy and his fist fighting. What a jam.
It shall be as you wish.
Let's
Yep, I've done had enough of this.
I'll teach your grandmother to suck eggs.
this is actually a huge mess. I don't
What's
even
your I'm
know.
gone.
God dang it.
This way.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
I'm just gonna heal myself.
I've done had enough of this. I am gone.
You spoke at me? I'll teach your
Wanna tell me a story
grandmother
about
to
frolics
suck
and slug
eggs.
kills? I care
Let's
not.
give them a
This
right
way.
thrashing.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow, that was way harder than it
I've
should have
done
been.
had enough of this. I am gone.
Didn't we actually loot some leather armor? I guess I already wore it. We don't have that identify spell because I didn't pick it up. Having a find familiar memorize is actually no good, so I'm gonna pick up the sleeve.
What you want? This way.
Okay, let's pick up some stuff. That's a handy little button they added into the enhanced edition at some point. You can loot a little bit faster. Oh, and then a mysterious old man.
Stay thy course a moment to indulge in
Was kind of wanting to give us pointers, but not really, because he's mysterious old mage. And
I've done
some of you may know him as Elminster, I don't know. I think it gets revealed soon enough, so yeah. That's enough for the first episode, and yeah, I guess we'll see more. Maybe, yeah. So see you guys on the next video. Bye.
You little monkey spanker.
Smart guy dies, and TX goes on to rule. TX moves! Make way! TX moves! Make way! Make way!